Have things ever been going so right for you where everything is falling into place, but then you notice you start doing things to derail your path? Well, that's called self-sabotage. And today we are going to talk about how self-sabotaging manifests itself in our lives and simple ways that we can combat that. Hi, I'm Keisha Golder, and today we are talking self-sabotage. I'm going to share with you 4 ways that self-sabotaging can manifest in your life and simple ways that you can combat that. Stick around for some good information. So, you are given this project at work or at school that has the probability to propel your life to the place that you want it to be. Cool. But the only problem is, once you begin working on this project, you also start to do things to derail the project. One of these things that can be done to derail or self-sabotage yourself is not finishing things. A lot of the times when we are self-sabotagers, we start multiple projects. You know, the people who say that they're the jack of all trades but master of none. And they mean that because they start to learn to do everything or they start all of these projects, but they never finish them. Now, I would still start something and not simply because if you start consider a failure, that is simply not complete. You'd rather or not be. So to keep your idea of yourself and your traits intact, you just break the commitment to yourself and whoever you're doing the project for and never finish it. Another way that self-sabotaging can manifest itself is through procrastination. Now, I am the former queen of self-sabotaging, and my go-to tactic was procrastination. Now, what does procrastination look like? Because I know we hear that word a lot. So procrastination is when we know that we have important tasks to do, project, whatever it may be. But instead of concentrating and doing those projects, we fill out time up with scrolling social media, talking on the phone, watching TV, playing games. You know, we've all been there at one point or another. And trust me, I've done enough of it in my life for everybody. And so procrastination keeps us from fulfilling our obligations. Or we may fulfill them, but they're not up to par with the actual quality of things that we can do. So for me, it was always, I thought I worked best under pressure. And I was okay. I was able to complete the task. The task was done, but the quality of the task was nowhere near the quality it could have been if I gave the task the amount of time that not me. A third way that self-sabotaging can manifest is, you know, we've all either encountered a person or we've used this ourselves where we say we want things to be perfect. Truth be told, nothing in this world is perfect. So whatever task we have cannot be perfect. They can be the best that we can do, but we use perfectionism as a way of stalling or a way of for us to get around having to complete it, because everything is not in the exact place that it needs to be at the exact time that it needs to be. Will think, oh, well, I can't do it because it's not perfect. Things are not perfect for me to be able to accomplish it. The fourth way that self-sabotaging can manifest itself is through excuses and apologies. Now, this often looks like you literally creating excuses for why things are not done. And not only creating the excuses, but making justification excuses. So if you have a 10-page paper due in a week, and you start on that 10-page paper, and you've known about this 10-page paper for a month, and you've written the first sentence, but procrastination set in, so you started doing other things. Perfectionism set in, so you started doing other things. Now, it's a week, the day before, whatever, and you sit down to do this 10-page paper. Your mind is going to start creating excuses as to why you cannot complete this 10-page paper. And guess what? Chances are you are not going to complete this 10-page paper. Unfortunately, what self-sabotaging does to us, it makes us believe that if we excel in things, then we are not going to be able to handle the goodness that comes from excelling in things, the goodness from reaching our dreams. We won't be able to handle those things. And this comes from us having limited beliefs and never dealing with them. It can also stem from things that we were told as children. We have to work to overcome these things so that we stop self-sabotaging ourselves. I know it does not just relate to like work in school. Self-sabotaging can be in job situations. It can be in personal relationships. Self-sabotaging can lend itself to every area of your life. Well, how do you stop from self-sabotaging? Before you can overcome your self-sabotaging traits, you must first need to be able to identify those traits. It was not easy. It did not happen overnight, but I began to notice patterns. Anytime something was given to me, I would literally put it off until the last possible second. And it was always under the guise of I do my best for pressure. While part of that is true, like I said, I wasn't giving it the full attention, which given it the amount of time that actually required. So, once you're able to identify the things that you are doing to self-sabotage yourself, you need to take time to also be able to identify the things that are causing you to self-sabotage. So for me, after I realized that I was self-sabotaging and the things that I was doing to self-sabotaging, I began to realize that these things or these moments that made me self-sabotage were always because I felt pressure or I felt that there was too much responsibility put on me. So I just pushed the things to the side because I didn't want all that responsibility. And instead of speaking up for myself or speaking or expressing my feelings, basically, I would just self my traits that are causing me to self-sabotage, or how can I identify that I'm self-sabotaging, period. Well, it takes time, and with me, this is a thing. You always have to have introspection. You have to pay attention to yourself, your feelings, and your emotions. once you get in tune with feeling these things and knowing, hey, this is not normally something that I do, let me investigate this. That's when you'll start to see your patterns. You'll start to see the traits that are making you feel whatever. So it's not an easy process of getting over it because trust me, I still do it sometimes. I'm human. I'm still a person. And yes, sometimes I still, but it is in no way, shape, or form as bad as it used to be. And I'm able to feel it when I'm like, I think I'm gonna self-sabotage. So instead of me self-sabotaging, we just break the work down into maybe a 50-10 time group where I'm working for 15 minutes straight and then I get a 10-minute break to do whatever and go back to work again so that I don't feel like I'm overwhelming myself and I'm still giving the project as much attention as I need to give it. All of us at one point are going to self-sabotage. Just seems that it's a future and making excuses. And the others, it seems like it's a part of natural life. But at the same time, when we give it the attention that it needs, as far as being able to know what triggers us and knowing that we can change it around because we can put things in place like time limits on working or breaking down the task into smaller tasks or even simply expressing how you feel about the task or the job that is given to you, then you can overcome it easier. Self-sabotaging does not have to be your go-to. Self-sabotaging actually should have no place in your life because it's going to keep you from greatness. And guess what? We are all about establishing and maintaining our greatness because we're all here to do great things. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I see you guys next time.